Though the ballots are cast, there are still a lot of questions about ranked choice voting and what it means for the next steps to name a winner.
J.C. Polanco, an attorney and former president of the New York City Board of Elections, joins us now with some insight. J.C., good to have you with us here this morning. In the majority of cases, the first round leader wins a ranked choice voting election. So what should we be looking for as an indication of whether that is going to happen this time? I know we're not going to find things out really until about the 12th of July.
And we like things in a New York minute, so you can just imagine New York was waiting so long. You know, it's the largest city in the country. It's the first time we've seen this. Sure, historically, the first place winner normally wins, but there's something interesting happening here. That Yang-Garcia collusion or joining of campaigns at the last minute may shock some people as the votes come coming in. As you know, the Yang votes will most likely go to Garcia. When you add those numbers to Garcia, she'll get closer and closer. And if you're a New Yorker that wanted to see the first woman mayor and you put Maya #1, Garcia #2, you can see how there could be enough minority votes to propel a second place candidate tonight to actually overtake Eric Adams, which, as you know, is one of the major complaints about ranked choice voting. It's the minority rule, and that's a big issue for a lot of people, including the Eric Adams campaign, who saw the Garcia-Yang collusion a couple of days ago. I have no horse in this race, but we did see that joining of forces for the one purpose, and that is to defeat Eric Adams by July 12th.
J.C., what will be the next steps taken to calculate the ballots and choose a winner finally?
You know, this is the first time it happens. I'm sure the Board of Elections, I'm not there anymore, but the Board of Elections is going through separate rounds, ensuring that every single ballot is counted correctly. And we won't know until July 12th. As first place on many ballots loses, what we see is that the second place winner on that voter's ballot will go to the first voter. Now, the issue is this. What happens when a voter only selects 1 or 2 and not 5? Well, that's called an exhausted ballot. That ballot at the end of the day won't even matter in some races. That actually happened in San Francisco, where about 20% of paper ballots didn't even count because voters didn't complete the entire 5 choices. So we're going to see a lot of headaches at the Board of Elections, I'm sure, and a lot of these campaigns sitting on pins and needles as they see who may overtake tonight's first place winner.
How confused are people going to be if they're hearing us say now that Eric Adams has 31% of the vote, but come July 12th, all of a sudden, let's say Eric Adams doesn't win?
You could only imagine how confusing the whole process was, which is one of the major complaints about ranked choice voting in New York City, which is a short window. It's so confusing, and I'm sure your viewers are listening to this saying, you mean you can actually win an election by having people that didn't win tonight join forces and ultimately by July 12th take out the guy who did? That doesn't sit well with a lot of people. We're going to see if this works or not by July 12th.
J.C., thanks so much for taking your time with us this morning. It was great to talk with you, as always. And stay with CBS 2 News and CBSN New York for continuing coverage of the New York City primary. And we're posting the latest numbers on all of the races at cbsnewyork.com.